Hello, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're actually going to be doing a Sims 4 build. This is going to be AI decides my Sims 4 build. So as you can see here, I am looking for a generated cottagecore AI house. I looked at this one, I didn't like it. Then I saw this one, and then I thinked for a little bit, and I'm like, I'm going to choose this one. So I start off trying to find a perfect spot for this build. So I made it a little bit too long, so then I decided to shrink it and then duplicate the layers. For this build, I had a little bit of an issue with the roof because what I was trying to go for wasn't really working. Granted, I am still trying to become the good. Granted, I'm still trying to learn how to build in The Sims 4. I'm more of a cast creator. I'm not really good at building, but this is my attempt. And if this video goes well, I will do another one. Even if it doesn't go well, I still had really so much fun with it, and I want to do it again, honestly. As you can see, I was trying to get like the pointy roof but still have it curved, and I had a little bit of an issue with that, but I did eventually get where I wanted to go with the roof. This is just me messing around with it, honestly, playing around with it. So for this build, overall, I think I did a pretty good job of kind of nailing the picture and trying to make it look similar. It's not 100% similar to the original photo because it's The Sims 4, and in The Sims 4 you're kind of limited on what resources you have. And with The Sims, not everything's gonna be even or odd, it's just, yeah. So with the door, I actually kind of changed the door up a little bit. For both the doors. I had to remove the platform and then add the platform and then remove the platform again, so it kind of messed up the doors some. So as you can see on the screen, I actually have a picture of the reference building that I picked for the AI build. Honestly, I like generated AI buildings and houses. Some of them look really nice. They look so much better than some real life houses. I chose cottagecore because I love cottagecore and I kind of want to base my channel off cottagecore and everything that goes around that. Also, I have really fun time building cottagecore builds. It's probably the most easy thing for me to build, and I have more experience in. If you want to download this build, it is going to be on my down on the gallery in The Sims 4. I will put my username either on the screen or I will put it down below. It's most likely also going to be down below, so if you want to check down below, you can. I'm also going to be doing on stream me building the interior of it and also adding some more details to the outside, but I'm going to be using a lot of custom content. If you want me to build the inside, I will do that either in a video or on stream. Just let me know if you want me to build the inside or not without custom content. A lot of my builds are going to be with custom content. This isn't going to be with custom content, but yeah. So for the roof, I was going to put it off to this on top of the roof like that, but then I decided just to copy and paste it off to the side again to kind of give it more of like a similar look, I guess. So for the roof, I feel like I kind of got the roof right. The trim, I didn't get the trim 100% right. I had a little bit of an issue with it, as you can see. I don't know what I did wrong with the roof. I may have messed up the roof lining. I may have not. I don't really know. I honestly should have just... yeah, that's what I thought. I should have just left the roof kind of down a little bit more instead of having it up like that. I feel like that's what really messed up my roofing. So for the brick, I actually did like this brick quite a lot. But then I decided to change it up and make it slightly more darker and more... then it just looks more defined and more output, I guess. More out there. But also I feel like it blends in a little bit better. I did choose a little bit too big of a lot for this. But you'll see later in the video I do add debug fencing, which kind of fill it in a little bit. But again, it is still a little bit too big for this lot. Honestly, if you wanted to, you could take this build and make the fencing bigger and then add like farms and whatnot and animals to it, and maybe add like a pool or whatever. I should have added more trees towards the end, but I didn't. But I did really have fun with this build, and I really hope to do it again. So for this window, I actually quite like this bump out window. I wanted like a flat kind of curved window, but it didn't really work out so well. And these little like window panels I'm putting off to the side, yeah, it doesn't make sense, but honestly it just looks a little bit nicer, and it also fills in the wall a little bit better, which I quite like. So for this, I try to replicate like the sides, how it's like kind of like diagonal in a way, and kind of like raised and lowered, and how it's like not even. So you'll see that in the video. I had a little bit of trouble with it, but it had to do with, I had a little bit of trouble with it, but with a little bit of like playing around with it and raising stuff up and using move objects, it kind of made it easier. I was kind of going for like that overgrown look a little bit. I probably should have added a little bit more, honestly, towards like the front door, not this side door. But honestly, you can only see half of the house in the video, so I only did what I could see. But then the rest of the house, like the other side and then the back, I just kind of freehand it. I did like how it turned out. I do wish that The Sims had like a mirror effect, where in the tools where you can click like a button, so it can like mirror both sides. I don't know how that would really work. Honestly, I probably need to download a mod for that. I haven't downloaded or tried that tools mod yet before, so I might actually try that in a video. I'm not really sure yet. But I did do it to both of the sides. And I did do it again on the back a little bit. I think the one thing I like the most about this build is the ivy and the vines that I found in debug. Oh, it was so perfect for this build. That's why I picked this specific building, is because of that. Also, I learned recently how to find those debug vines. You'll see later in the video that I tried to like look into it and play around with the different packs to see which pack it was in, but I eventually did find it. So for this, I couldn't tell what the little stone thing was off to the side in between the windows, so I did add a stone path. I forgot there were actual stones in debug. That's why. So they had like a little like white plants that were like off to the side over here next to the step against the wall. I had a little bit issue trying to find white plants or like bright plants that actually matched it. I wouldn't say that I am a great builder. I'd say that I'm still in the beginning stage of building, but I'm getting close. I'm getting good at building. As you can see, I did find somewhat close to the white bushes, and I tried to diagonal them and angle them so it's like a slope, so they're not all one size. It was at this point where the foundation was irritating me a little bit, and I probably should have just raised it down, which I do end up raising it down later in this video, I'm pretty sure. I couldn't tell what these little plants were in front of the window, so then I decided just to pick random ones that looked white. And for this, I did kind of raise it up again so it looks like it's sloping in a way. It's kind of angled. It's not 100% smooth, but it looks nice-ish. So at this point in the video, I did find the debug ivy and vines, which I just adored it when I was playing around with it. Let's just say I cut out a good chunk of this because I played around with it off screen while making this build, and it made all of my cottagecore dreams come true. I wish The Sims would add more like versions and like more colors to it. EA, if you're listening or watching, please add more variant of colors to the ivy vines and make them have flowers or so. So I don't really understand why I added the stuff on the top like that, when in the video it's not, or in the picture it's not like that. But I did add a bunch of the grapevines because there was a little bit of purple throughout this build, and I had a hard time trying to find some purple stuff that actually blended in, and that was the same shade of green. Those little purple flowers at the bottom, or in the taskbar, I think it's by Jungle Adventures, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I did add some of those. I don't like how they blend in with, they're just so chunky. So they're originally, I don't think there were really mushrooms in this build. I just wanted to add mushrooms because I like mushrooms in The Sims 4. And I thought it would be cute to add them. These little purple flowers that I was talking about, I don't like how they blend in really. They just blend in weird, I feel. And I don't like, they just, every time I try to put them in my builds, I can never make them look right. If you have any tips on how to make those purple flowers actually blend in, let me know, because I struggled with it. I think I tried to do it again on the back. I don't know if I forgot if I went through with it or not, but we'll see in this video if I did or not. A bunch of this is just layering different textures and trying to find the same color matches to actually blend in really well. But it was very difficult trying to do some of this when some of the stuff I wanted didn't actually work out well. That one vine I had, I didn't realize it was a square bump out and not a triangle bump out. So I had a little bit of issue trying to blend that in. I try to stagger it so it's not even. So it just has like a little bit more textures and bumps and lumps and all those curves and this. So it looks more natural and not like it just one straight cut line. I feel like if you're building something and you want it to look like it's just naturally grown, plants don't grow straight and even. They do a zigzag, they go different places, and they curl, yeah. With these pots, off to the side, it's hard to see in the picture, but there are like little like purple and white plants that I decided to put in there, and I was going to use a random plant, but I didn't like the ones that The Sims 4 had. So I just took the outside garden plants and just sized them down and then put them in the little pots. So I did add a little bit extra texture off to the side where you cannot see in the photo, just to give it more of a texture and stuff. Off to the side, like how it is now, and off to the back and the other side where you cannot see, I said I added my own little flair to it and give it more of like, even though the front is cottagecore, I would like to continue that cottagecore theme all the way around, but like not as ivy in as the vines. I didn't add any trees. I thought about adding trees, but I don't know if I should have or not. I don't know if that would take away from the cottagecore feel. I probably should have, but I didn't. So these mushrooms that I'm adding, I just got from the gallery. If you just look up mushrooms, and look at the rooms tab, you'll find like a platform like this with mushrooms. And I just played around with the mushrooms and how they're laid out and stuff. I tried adding the little square bump out to this bump out that I have for the chimney, but it didn't go so well. So I decided not to use it. I think if I made it a little bit smaller, it may have worked. Again, I went through and added a lot more mushrooms. I love mushrooms when it comes to Sims builds. Even in Minecraft, I love mushrooms. I just feel like it gives it that like chef's kiss cottagecore vibes. And here I actually found the debug um, rocks that I probably should have used in the front. And here I actually do lower the foundation, which it did ruin the doors, which I had to go back in and fix. I got so excited when I saw these rocks, and I'm like, I'm going to use a lot of them. I think I used some, there's a lot of them that just didn't make any sense. Or I just didn't know how to make it blend in really well. Again, I was going to use these. I just had a hard time trying to find how to make it blend in. So for these grapes, I do think I ended up removing them towards the end because in debug I did find ones that are a little bit more purple and look a little bit more better, that blend in a little bit better. So then I decided to use that instead. So as the front, as I had have it like staggered and diagonal, I did do it again in the back. I did kind of forget how I did it, honestly. I wanted to change the variety of plant, but still keep it purple, and that's what I did here. Honestly, with that part of the paneling, I actually wasn't sure what I was doing really. I kind of was just winging it. In this video, I hop in and out of debug a lot. I wanted to add this one so badly. Like, I wanted to size it up so badly, but I didn't like how it kind of blacked out a little bit, and it bugged me. I really did try to make these purple plants work. I didn't like how it looked, but I don't know. If you guys think these purple plants actually look good, let me know. If they don't, then let me know how to fix it because I don't know how to make them blend. So for this back part, I didn't really understand, or I didn't really know how to work the back part that well. I did add the foundation back, I got annoyed by the doors, so I kind of just picked random doors that actually looked close, or what I can remember. I forgot what doors I used originally. And this is me searching really hard for those doors. So I just said, screw it. These are going to be the doors now. I did raise it up again because I didn't understand why the stairs wouldn't go back. I also did move the build up a little bit so I can add a fence later. I was looking through the trees. I was thinking about it, but it just didn't work out well. I did like the cottage core, or the cottage pack the Sims 4 had. I liked the fencing for it, so I decided to use the debug fencing. I really wanted to use this, but I didn't like how that one had a thing in the middle, and that's not what I wanted to go for. So I decided to scratch it and use this fence all the way around. I changed it up, flipped it around, and it ended up working out really well, I feel. These purple vines, oh, they're great. I decided to use those because those were bigger and what I was kind of going for. I think they are the same as the other ones, but bigger in debug. I didn't know how big to make the fencing, so you kind of see me going through and actually making it smaller because I thought it was too big. You honestly could make it bigger if you want. I think for this lot it should be bigger. Again, I picked too big of a lot to actually put fencing in. I feel like a smaller lot would have worked great for this house. I did go back through and kind of fixed it up some because I decided to have a back door. I have no idea if it's functional, the doors with the ivy kind of sticking on it. I mean, if it's not functional, you can kind of like scoot it over or move it or whatever. I wanted to add a like a cover over it, but I didn't like the ones that the Sims 4 had because it just looked like it was a shop, and that's not what I was going for. So I like a simple fence. Yeah, I could have added like a roof, but I didn't want to because I didn't really want to add another roof to it. At this point in the video, I was actually done, but I wanted to add just like little like stuff for like staging. I wasn't really planning on doing a whole lot for the backyard, but I just a little bit of staging just to like jazz it up, and yeah. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to see more of this type of video, please let me know. And if you don't, well, I'm still going to do it anyways because I had so much fun with this build. And I'll see you guys in my next video. All of my links will be down below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!